Good morning, my awesome friends and followers. Thank you very much for your continued support, but I'm not forgetting my members. Thank you to the members of the channel that help the channel grow in our little community. Yeah. I want to say a big thank you to everyone last night that tuned into my live stream. Yes, last night I did a little podcast with the awesome Bob Kraft. Bob Kraft, ex-United Kingdom Special Forces, one of the old guard, I'd call it. It was his first ever podcast and it went brilliantly. I spent a long time making sure those questions were going to get as much out of him so you could enjoy it as possible. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I learned a lot about Bob, and I'm sure you did. It's amazing. I mean, during the first Gulf War, we've heard of Chris Rand, the one that got away. We've heard of Bravo 20 Andy McNabb. But no one had heard about Bob Kraft. Bob Kraft was the mastermind behind a lot of things during Gulf War I to make sure it worked. He went and begged and borrowed and got loads of vital equipment, ammunitions, underslug grenade launchers, 40 mil. He went and got most of the equipment. He went and swapped bottles of rum, and he made sure that Bravo 20 and the rest of the guys had the right ammunition to go behind the enemy lines. It was an amazing podcast, and if you haven't seen it, go and look at it. It's on my... Obviously, it's on my YouTube channel, clearly, under the live pieces. So have a look at my live broadcast, and I hope you really enjoy it. And I've already spoke to Bob since, and there's a possibility of getting him back on again for another chat about different operations, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Yeah, well, this morning, as you can tell, this live daily rant is going out a little bit late because I've had a contractor come, and where my boiler in the roof leaked and it ruined my ceiling, he's been cutting out the parts of the ceiling and redoing it. I'm actually feeling a little bit stoned at the minute because of the glue and the stuff he's used and the different pastes. It's quite strong, quite potent actually. Yeah. Anyway, that's why I'm late this morning. Yeah. And I've had to complain to County Council because my son's school bus this morning drove straight past all the children and went past. So now there's about 20 children where I live at home, which isn't good, is it? So that's about the fourth time this term that's happened. So I did make a complaint. And I think it was justified, yes. Anyway, what's happening in the news? Well, there's lots going on at the minute, isn't there? The Middle East is at the brink of war. Wow. Israel has sent hundreds of its main battle tanks to the border with Lebanon, ready for a ground assault. Listen, you can't back this. I know that Israel has taken a lot of nonsense and attacks, but, you know, we can't back wars. We can't. This is going to lead to World War III. We don't need it. Let's fix this. Let's get someone in power that's willing to fix this. Someone in power that's not willing to use their weapon systems and exploit a vulnerable nation. It's quite sad what's going on, isn't it? And Norway at the minute, have you seen what Norway's doing? Norway is at the minute building a security barrier between itself and Russia. It's going to invest hundreds of millions of pounds into a new security perimeter. Wow. Basically, it's building a wall. There we go, between Russia and Norway. So that's quite sad, but it is what it is. Yeah. And in Austria, a hard right party has gained power in Austria. And whether you like it or not, the reason why the majority of Austrians voted for them, they voted for them because they vowed to stop immigration, mass immigration coming to the country. And they also made a pledge to stop supporting and funding Ukraine. That's weird. So the people of Austria want Austrian government to stop funding and supporting Ukraine. And that's how they gained power, because they said they would do it. There we go. It's not about being left or being right or doing the right thing. It's not about being racism. It's not about different types of attitudes. It's about the fact that people of Austria are sick and tired of their taxes being thrown at another country's war when their citizens need looking after. And I think, in my opinion, I think it's a great stance by the Austrian people. So yeah, be very proud to vote for that party. And they've gained power, so they'll do it, which is brilliant. Brilliant for the people of Austria. Wow, a lot going on. And Channel 4 are bringing out a documentary. I'm not happy about this. Channel 4 were going to bring out a documentary, right? Do you remember King Charles told the world he had cancer and he was going through treatment? Well, Channel 4 was going to put out a documentary prior to him announcing that. And it was going to be about Queen Camilla being a wicked stepmother, being a wicked person. So I think this Channel 4 documentary has got, in my opinion, has got links to Harry and Meghan. But it's coming out very, very soon. And it's all aimed at the fact that Queen Camilla is a nasty stepmother. So that would have had a lot of input from people that aren't really respected in the US. So there we go. Quite sad. And you know what I've been looking at? And thanks to your messages have told me a lot of things. I've also been watching a lot of different bits. And I do keep an eye on Avid Gardener's channel. I keep an eye on it and I see, because in my opinion, Avid Gardener and Lady C are two individuals on YouTube that have got so much common sense when it comes to looking at the bigger picture and working out, I'm going to say, proper solutions gained on what they can see and hear. And they don't put out rumours. They're not clickbait. And so I learn from them. And I learn from you. I learn from your messages. And I learn from people I speak to, clearly. Yeah. I find this strange. The media is awash with allegations of the witch. That's the wrong word. The media is awash with allegations of this one's wife, as each YouTuber would say, this one's wife, the handler, Methane, bullying allegations coming out from staff, bullying allegations coming from staff. It's everywhere. We found out she does this, she does this, she does this. Anyway, but as the media are eating away and telling us the truth about someone's attitude towards other people, quite cunning, quite deceiving what Harry's done, isn't it? So it's alleged, I must use that word, it's alleged that Harry has deliberately leaked information to the mainstream media that he was visiting a tattoo parlor. And the reason why he's done it, it's alleged, must use those words, it's the reason why he's done it is to try and throw out a new story at the media. I mean, this is a guy who hates the media, who tries to sue everyone in the media, but then uses the media for his own selfish gain. Eh? So he threw these stories out. Someone leaked it, that he was going, imagine this, someone leaked it to the media that he was going to a tattoo parlor at a certain time and using a certain door to the tattoo parlor on a certain date. Now, if you're spending millions of pounds a year on security, and you're making sure that everything is watertight, and these leaks seem to be getting out with so much information, then it's because you have deliberately tried to manipulate the media to take the story away from your bullying other half, allegedly, to throw a new story out. That is media manipulation. Isn't that shocking? Yeah. But there we go. You can't shoot the messengers. You have to look at reason why it's happening. Deliberately orchestrating media manipulation to take your missus out of the spotlight because of all the crap that's being thrown at her at the minute. Anyway, there we go. So who's telling the truth? There we go. You got to look at it from another way. Crazy, isn't it? Wow. And my heart goes out this morning to the people of Nepal. Wow, I mean, they've had a flash flood which has buried people alive. I mean, over 170 deaths so far. Landslides and stuff. It must be horrific. Horrific. The world, eh? The world, eh? Not looking good, is it, for a lot of things? But anyway, I pray that a lot of people get recovered and it doesn't get any worse. There we go. But I'm going to shoot on now. Wow, that smell of, he cut a hole in the ceiling and he put like white paste around it, and it's just so strong. It's like ridiculous. But listen, I'm going to say thank you to every one of you. Thank you to those that do support my channel. Thank you to my members for continuing. Thank you to Debs and the others last night in the chat who actually gifted membership to people. That was very, very generous of you. And I'm really pleased how last night's live stream went. It was amazing. I think do you know what? I've interviewed a lot of people, and I honestly thought that was the best one I've had on. Such a humble guy. And for him to tell us that his best mate in the Special Forces had been killed in Northern Ireland during operations. I mean, I didn't want to push that subject because it's quite a touchy subject, and you know, it's not nice to lose colleagues, especially ones that you are fond of and you look up to. So, yeah. But go and watch the interview. I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it. Such a humble man. And I hope to visit him again soon, hopefully before Christmas. Nice to go out there and spend a few days with him. Wonderful person. Anyway, listen, thank you. Have a great day. Thanks to those that leave reviews on Amazon. I do appreciate it for the books. And I'm hoping that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care, people, and remember, stay safe.